The following is a special presentation of the First Horizon Greene Sports Zone. This is the Tommie's Plum and Betsy Shaw Show. Welcome back to First Horizon's Greene Sports Zone, and welcome back to this week's edition of the Tommie's Plum and Betsy Shaw Show, where we cover everything on the hardwood with the West Greene Lady Buffaloes basketball team. We'll recap the past 4 games against Cherokee, Unicoi County, Johnson County, and Happy Valley, and then look ahead with the 2 county games up next with Chuckey-Doak and South Greene. But first, we need to get a quick break in first, so we'll be right back after this break here on First Horizon's Greene Sports Zone. The Tommie's Plum and Betsy Shaw Show is brought to you by Gateway Ford Nissan, Tommie's Plumbing, and by First Horizon Bank.
Here's a twist on your typical banking options. What if instead of choosing between a big bank or a small bank, you had one bank that's the best of both? That's First Horizon. Big bank muscle with small bank hustle. Big bank convenience and small bank connection. When the best of big meets the best of small, you get it all. To help you on the road to your horizon. First Horizon Bank.
Welcome back to First Horizon's Greene Sports Zone, and welcome back to this week's edition of the Tommie's Plum and Betsy Shaw Show, where we cover everything on the court with the West Greene Lady Buffaloes basketball team. As always, I'm joined here with head coach Betsy Shaw. Coach, how you doing this week?
Good. How are you this week?
I'm good. Been a couple of weeks since we've sat down. We've got 4 games to talk about. In that meantime, it ends up being a pattern. Lose one, win one, lose one, win one. But the good news is both of the wins were district wins in 2 of the 3 games you played. First, we'll get this one out of the way. The only non-conference game, Cherokee, you go down there to Rogersville, 47-36 loss. Real quick, take me through that one against the Lady Chiefs.
We didn't play bad. I know we lost, but my team played hard. They really did. I honestly think it came down to at the end, they just made more shots than we did. I mean, that's all it was, because we executed everything that we were trying to do, and I thought they did well. I mean, they just made more shots than we did. So
let's go through these District 1 2A games now. We'll go through your record after them. We'll go through the standings, look ahead a little bit, but going through each of the games, you welcome Unicoi County in here to start your district games here in January. And Unicoi County was a team that I think a lot of people expected to come in here and kind of run things how they wanted to. They came into this game 0-2. It's always scary playing a team with their backs against the wall like that. You're trailing in the 4th quarter, and you have a terrific 4th quarter. I think you outscored them 15-3 in the 4th to win 40-31. So how good of a win was that to knock off Unicoi County here at home?
That was a big deal. I mean, it's a big win. Any win in the district, it doesn't matter, is a big deal, because the district standings are so important. So point-wise, Emily scored 10, Sarah 4, Joey 10, Peyton 6, Madison 2, and Erica scored 8. So that was points. But, I mean, I thought at the end we knocked down a lot of shots, right there, and then we got some significant stops. So, it was like a minute and a half left. We were only up 3. Peyton shot a 3. We were holding the ball, and then she shot the 3, and it went in. And then they started fouling, so then we made a couple free throws there at the end, so that helped the score towards the end. So I think it was around a minute or so, but it was a close game the whole game, and it was a fight. They play hard, and so it was a good game. Defensively,
hold a Unicoi County team to only 31 points, but to hold them to only 3 points in the 4th quarter, how did you get it done defensively?
The girls played good defense. They did. We ran a 2-3, and they extended it well and got over the screens well. And then we boxed out and got a bunch of rebounds. So we tried really, really hard just to give them one shot, because they have a high shooting percentage from the 3, and they shoot a bunch of 3s. I've watched on how many games of them, and it's 3, 3, 3. So we really tried to emphasize giving them just that one shot each possession. So
sometimes it comes down to fundamentals.
Yeah. That's true. It often, it does a lot. A lot of times comes down to fundamentals.
And then moving into the Johnson County game, you play a team that at the time was undefeated, I believe 3-0 going into that contest, and they get the best of you here at home. And maybe it was at Johnson County actually on Friday. They beat you 64-44 on their home floor. Take me through that game against Johnson County.
We had a rough shooting night. That's like the understatement of the year. That's all it was. We took care of the basketball, did well rebounding, but we had a hard time making any shots. So point-wise, Emily had 5, Sarah had 8, Joey had 17, Erica 4, Callie 4, and Peyton 6. So we got shots. I don't think they were bad shots. I don't think most of them were rushed or anything like that. We just didn't make many shots. We had a really high free throw percentage though, and we did take care of the ball, but we didn't make many points. So.
How many turnovers?
9.
9 turnovers.
No one would believe that because we turned the ball over quite a bit, honestly. But like they took care of the ball, and we just couldn't make any shots. So not many. Few, just not too many. So.
And you play a good team in Johnson County also. I watched them last night for the first time playing South Greene, and they're one of those teams that even if you have a lead on them late, they're one of those teams that it's hard to put them away. Moving forward, you get a win over Happy Valley, a big win, 52-23. That breaks you from a 500 record and puts you at 3-2 halfway through this district schedule. How good was it to be able to knock off Happy Valley on the road?
I mean, we're just really trying to focus on improving each game. So we should be hopefully better as a team from the previous game to the next game. Each game just get a little better. So hopefully at the district tournament, we're a whole lot better than we were at the beginning of the season. But I mean, it was a good game. Emily had 3 points, and she didn't score much, but she took care of the ball for us and got us in a lot of different sets. And then Sarah had 15. And Sarah doesn't score normally for us more than like 2 or 3 points, but she plays defense and rebounds really, really well. But she knocked down a bunch of shots for us. So she had 15, Joey had 12, Peyton had a good shooting night. She had 15, Caitlin had 2, Erica 2, and Callie had 9. I would say Callie had at least 8 or 10 rebounds. She did a good job rebounding for us too. So it was good to get a win, and it's even more important that it's conference. But I thought that they played well last night too. So.
Yeah, looking at the conference now halfway through, sitting at 3-2, I believe, in sole third place at the moment. Halfway through the district schedule, how are you feeling about your team at the moment?
I think we're getting better. Each game just a little bit, but just hopefully not to go backwards and keep moving forward.
And I know at this point you've got South Greene at 1 at 5-0, Johnson County at 2, 4-1, West Greene at 3, 3-2. And then you've got Unicoi County now at 4 at 2-3, Chuckey-Doak at 5 at 1-4, and then Happy Valley back in 6th place at 0-5. That's your district standings at the moment. Looking forward now, you've got Chuckey-Doak and South Greene. Chuckey-Doak being moved to Thursday. So failed to mention that at the beginning, but if you do get to this part of it, don't show up on Friday. There will not be a game on Friday. We may not even be able to get out of the house on Friday, depending on how much it snows and how much they're forecasting. But that Chuckey-Doak game will be on Thursday. We'll cover it on the back half, so don't go anywhere. We'll talk about that in the South Greene game here in just a minute on First Horizons Green Sports Zone.
Here's a twist on your typical banking options. What if instead of choosing between a big bank or a small bank, you had one bank that's the best of both? That's First Horizon. Big bank muscle with small bank hustle. Big bank convenience and small bank connection. When the best of big meets the best of small, you get it all. To help you on the road to your horizon. First Horizon Bank.
Tommie's Plumbing has been in business for 30 years, and we're still growing because we treat our customers like family. We are proud to do any job from kitchen faucet installation to a complete home repipe. Tommie's Plumbing offers warranties on most products installed by our technicians. When the job is done, our friendly professionals make sure to clean up. We invite you to visit our new showroom in Jonesboro to see our quality products for yourself. Tommie's is the only one to call when you need a fast, reliable, professional plumber in the Tri-Cities.
At many dealerships, you get what you'd expect: games, gimmicks, and shady sales tactics. At Gateway Nissan in Greenville, expect the unexpected: low prices, convenient service, and a great buying experience.
Get our Gateway exclusive lifetime powertrain warranty.
No worries for life.
You deserve the unexpected. It's the #1 reason you gotta get to Gateway.
Shop online at GatewayNissanGreenville.com.
Or take the super short drive down Highway 11E to Gateway Nissan in Greenville.
Welcome back to First Horizons Green Sports Zone, and welcome back to this week's edition of the Tommie's Plumbing Betsy Shaw Show, where we cover everything on the court with the West Greene Lady Buffaloes basketball team. As always, I'm joined here with head coach Betsy Shaw. So you've got 2 county games up ahead. Once again, we reiterated it at the end of the recap portion. The Chuckey-Doak game moved from Friday to Thursday. So does that kind of change anything preparation-wise, or is it kind of just the same going into Chuckey-Doak's game just one day sooner?
The girls were happy because now we only have practice one day instead of practicing 2 days, so we lose a day of practice between us. So they're happy about less practice. But I don't think it changes much. I mean, whether we had whatever we need, we have to prepare. We do our best to try to prepare for it. And I would rather play the game now instead of waiting 2 or 3 weeks and try, if the weather comes in on Friday, let's just go ahead and play it. And so it is what it is,
And then you got South Greene looking ahead on Tuesday. Hopefully we have the game on Tuesday. Yeah. I mean, they're forecasting 6 to 8 inches of snow. We don't really know how much we'll get, but hopefully we'll be able to play that game on Tuesday. And luckily it's in county. That way, if you are able to travel, it's just down the highway and then down the Asheville Highway. But going to South Greene on Tuesday, what are your expectations when you play the Lady Rebels?
It's going to be tough. They're getting better each game, so it's going to be a tough game, and it's on the road, so that makes it even tougher. So we're excited, but
looking at everything in total too, we mentioned you're halfway through the district schedule now, and it's crazy to say that we're already halfway through, but after next week we'll be 7 of 10 games through to where we can kind of start to see things better about the district tournament ahead. I know district tournament is an afterthought right now, but at this time next week, we'll be thinking about it a little bit more, looking at where teams might be seated going into it and some of the scenarios. But how important are these 2 games coming up now, knowing that the first place mark or even that first round bye in first or second is still in reach at the moment?
I mean, number 1 goal right now is Chuckey-Doak since that's tomorrow. But, I mean, we'll have to play well against them. They're getting better and better each game. And, you can watch film from the beginning of the season to now, and they play really hard. They do. I know I say that about a lot of teams, but, they go after every loose ball. They rebound, so they do all the little things. And so, we'll have to play well tomorrow. So.
And I know something else also. It's their head coach, Tanner Early, a West Greene alumni, so it'll be his first time in this gym also, so that'll be a special moment for him. So do you think there's going to be any extra motivation there for those girls on Chuckey-Doak's side to get it done for him, knowing that they're coming into his alma mater gym for the first time?
I hope not. I don't know. I would think so, because I would think that would mean a lot to him, so probably so, but, I hope not.
But first and foremost, of course, Chuckey-Doak ahead of you at the moment, and that's the one that you're paying attention to the most with South Greene then on Tuesday. Hopefully we get to play it. They're forecasting 6 to 8 inches of snow. What's your prediction? How much are we going to get? Are we going to get the 6 to 8 or no?
I have no clue. Hopefully we get to practice Monday, though. If we're going to play on Tuesday, then I hope we get to practice on Monday. So whatever the forecast is, it is what it is, but hopefully we at least have one practice before Tuesday.
You think we'll be out of school Friday?
Yeah.
Think we'll be out of school?
Yeah.
You think we'll get some snow at least?
Yeah, hopefully.
Normally, whenever they project that much, we end up getting like half of it, or even less than that. Normally, when they project like 2 inches of snow, is whenever we get the 6 to 8. Yeah. But either way, hope everybody out there stays safe. Hope everybody's able to either come to West Greene on Thursday night or travel to South Greene on Tuesday night if that game's played on Tuesday to see the Lady Buffaloes play again. One more time, the game against Chuckey-Doak moved from Friday to Thursday. I've said it multiple times throughout the interview if you're skipping around. So don't show up anywhere Friday. Again, we may not be able to get out on Friday, but the game's moved to Thursday. Times are still the same. Girls at 6:30, boys at 8, and then Tuesday at South Greene. Nothing's changed there. Hopefully nothing's changed and we can get out of the house and go watch more basketball. But unless there's anything else you've got to add, that's all I've got this week.
I don't have anything else.
All right, Coach, once again,
thank you.
I appreciate you. Thank you all for watching this week's edition of the Tommie's Plum and Betsy Shaw Show. We look forward to seeing you next time here on First Horizons Green Sports Zone.